crying.
Well, that was David Gamble, another volunteer firefighter who obviously saw something that he never wants to see again and never saw before, and that is the burnt body alive of Jessica Chambers. Now, Julie, there's been testimony from all the EMS and the firefighters, about 8 of them actually, that she could hear, she understood questions. I made a list. She said her name, she said her accuser's name, Eric or Derek, most of them heard Eric. She said the race of her accuser was black. She asked for water in a different way by saying, oh, water. Now, why is the prosecution attacking the people that are normally their strongest witnesses, which are the EMS people and the firefighters?
You know, the argument is that they're kind of throwing out there what they know the defense is going to go after anyway. And so potentially what they're trying to do is kind of present the evidence in its entirety to the jury so the jury hears everything. Now, one of the issues they're making is that there is, I don't know if the doctor testified already, to say that she really couldn't have articulated the things that they said that she could, or you wouldn't have been able to understand.
Them.
I agree with you, but you're right. And the problem, at least for the first trial, as we know before, was that's what created the reasonable doubt that allowed the jury to hang. And so they're trying to, I guess, come in a different way than they did the last time.
And if you're the victim, don't you want everybody to know this is who did it to me?
But she may not have been able to fully verbalize the name of the person, and that's what they're kind of hanging their hat on.
Well, that she said, Eric set me on fire. Eric set me on fire sounds like a kind of a partial full sentence. Eric set me on fire. Who did this to you?
I agree, and I think we all know that's been the problem for this case from the get-go, and the only way to kind of deal with it is to get someone to come in there and say that they didn't understand what she was saying, or that she couldn't have clearly said what they thought she did.
So that's what's happening on this trial, and we're going to hear more because this trial is most fascinating, and of course it's about justice, isn't it? It's about getting the right person convicted. It's about getting justice for Jessica Chambers, a 19-year-old girl who was burned alive. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. Burned alive. Burned alive. We talk about violence against women. We talked about the Kavanaugh hearings this morning. We talk about this. You only get this here at this network, Law and Crime. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this break. Julie, I have to say goodbye to you because we're going to have to go to a break and then come right back into it. Thank you very much. But I'd like the viewers to stay tuned because you're going to hear a sponsored message with Jesse Weber, from Jesse Weber, about the Jessica Chambers special that is going to occur this weekend, this Saturday on Oxygen. You'll hear all about the homicide, the murder, and whether Quentin Tellis did it. We want you to watch that and stay tuned. Here we have to go to break.